So I hear a lot of my clients saying that it's not going to be that long of a process for me to regroup after my divorce. I was lonely for years and I'm going to be fine just getting out of this relationship and into another relationship. And what's clear to me is that even if you initiated the divorce, there's still grief and the ending of a chapter and regrouping in your life to have more or a different vision of what you want. And then finding people to be new community to you or new relationships with you. It's a complex and complicated journey. But I don't want to discourage you because I think that it is a worthy journey to do a complete transformation, to understand your own growth that will come from this decision to leave a marriage, or even if it wasn't your decision, to deal with and accept a change of chapter in your life. I think the emotional work that people do in a divorce situation is critical. I've seen many people that haven't done their work, and 5 years later, they come around and say, I still have work to do because I'm stuck in the past and I'm afraid to move forward. And moving forward looks different for everyone. And there's no comparison. It's not important for you to compare yourself to someone who's dating if you're not dating, or someone who had the ability to be independent and single and not feel like they have to jump into a relationship. There's no comparison of what it is that means you're moving forward. So people move forward in all different ways, changing their names, meeting new people, moving, getting a new identity in their job. All of these things are about who do you want to be now? And if you set some goals for yourself, if you get support around being accountable for those goals, like work with other people who are also trying to move themselves along a path into a new path, you will notice the progress as you observe theirs as well. So I always think it's a brilliant idea to surround yourself with highly motivated people who are doing different things in their life so you can get inspired by that. Even listening to um, people who are inspirational in the world, I think helps touch base with inner strength and resiliency. And that is part of the opportunity to develop more of that within yourself. I'm not trying to paint a pretty picture to say, oh, you just have to build resiliency and you'll be fine. It's really about the practice of reminding yourself that you can create a life that feels meaningful and purposeful after you've had a transformation from a major relationship in your life. You can have another chapter. And sometimes I have to promise people that their life and some parts of their life are going to be good again, and they'll see that. They'll be able to see the work that they've done to get there. But yes, acknowledging that it is painful to go through a process of change. Change is often difficult and uncomfortable. And to remember that there's going to be days that it's not going to be easy. Predict that and predict the coping mechanisms that you have and the ones that you feel like you need to develop. So, for example, if you're not good being alone, then you might have to practice being alone a little, but also set yourself up to have times where you're connecting with other people. Isolation is not healthy for people in general, but some people can manage to be alone and live on their own for longer periods than others. So acknowledge what your needs are. And maybe part of it is pulling back socially for a while until you've really regrouped and feel confident about going back out and integrating with people again. Because maybe part of what you're working through is grief, and it's too hard to be around people when you're in grief. Whatever the case may be, it's incredibly important to acknowledge what you need and how to push yourself forward into your next chapter and what does moving forward mean to you. Also, I think reminding yourself along the way what the healthier narrative is and what the reasons for the that were for the divorce. Like, what's your reason why the relationship didn't work or failed or the person left? And it doesn't have to be a self-blame game, but it's always good to have some part of yourself that's seeing your part in things or acknowledging, even if it's like I stayed too long or I kept enabling that behavior or I didn't realize how much stress I was under and I wasn't able to talk about it. So some of that learning to know yourself a little bit differently will come from this process. And I hope that you can honor your own process moving forward, having a new chapter, and knowing that there's going to be some other things in life that will come your way that will be these moments of like almost like finality, like you can see what you worked through in order to be there. So it's a process, it's a journey, and it's something to take very seriously and be in positive connection with other people that are going through the same thing. That I found has been the most successful in terms of creating a successful outcome for people.